What is up, my little clicking nuggets? How are we today? Steam Next Fest is on, and they've got some beauties of some games to try out. I downloaded every single VR demo that was there, and I didn't just jump in, I completed them. I smashed every demo so I could give you my honest opinion on just how they're looking. Maybe give some feedback to the devs through the video of what I'd like to see improved, added to the game, etc., etc. And I even gave it a cheeky little Clickster rating, excitement rating, because we all love ratings, don't we, peeps? So the games in no particular order. I've also done a timestamp with the description. So if you wanted to, you could just go straight to the game that you wanted to have a little cheeky look at. All the gameplay that you're about to see, it's all done by me. It's not no trailers. It's proper footage, proper gameplay material. So yeah, let's go and check it out. So the first game is called Alpha Terminus. The developers are called Mage Loop. Now I've played another game of theirs. It's like an escape room, magical wizardry. So this is one that is very, very different. It appeared to be some kind of like ball turret gunner. I particularly like the rain effects. This are very cool. There's only one level. You actually go through the level and you get the boss at the end, which you defeat, and that's the end of the demo. Now I found the controls quite tricky on this. It might just be me, but I found it quite tricky to kind of move the ball turret around and also concentrate, try and line up and fire against the enemies too. But I did get the hang of it. Graphically, the game looks pretty nice actually. Good sound effects. I wouldn't mind seeing a few maybe, so as you go along the tunnel, there's like shields come up and life comes up. It'd be nice to get maybe some kind of power-ups so your weapons could change as you go along. That would be quite cool. But overall, it's a solid looking game. Clickster's excitement rating is a 6. Now next up is Band Space. This is an online co-op VR rhythm game that you can play with friends. One of you could be like a drummer, one could be a guitarist, one can play the keyboards, and one can be on the bass. Visually, I think the game looks really good. I mean, the areas that you actually perform on stage are just absolutely stunning. Kind of remind me of Beat Saber. We have those kind of amazing visuals going on around you. So the visuals were amazing. The music as well. I love the music. Really, really good. But for me, it got let down with the actual gameplay side of things. Now I found the drum set, that was pretty much okay, that was good. But the guitars, the bass, the keyboard, I found the controls being a bit janky. They weren't very responsive. But I'm sure, like I said, these games are early development. I'm sure the devs are looking into that. But yeah, I just found the controls not to be as responsive. But look, this if they sort that out, this is going to be a humdinger of a game, and I cannot wait to try it out with my friends. Clickster excitement rating 7. Next up, we have Gazzlers. It's kind of a wave shooter, but I'm telling you, it is an amazing, amazing shooter. It's chaotic. You've got these awesome little Gazzler dudes that, in my opinion, they've been watching far too many Mad Max films. You're on the back of a train. These Gazzler dudes are trying to kill you. And yeah, you basically got to just take out wave after wave. There are checkpoints where you can kind of change your gun around, get power-ups, all that kind of thing. And if you can get to the very, very end of the train track, that is where you find the big boss. The soundtrack on this game as well is so good. Loads of upbeat, up-tempo music. I'm very excited. I cannot wait for this game to be released. Clickster excitement rating is an 8. Houston, we have a hole-in-one. Well, not what I'm playing, because I'm bloody useless at this game. But next up, we have Golf on the Moon. Wow, what a game. I absolutely love this game. I'm gutted there was only 3 holes. The physics in this game are bonkers, as you would imagine, played on the moon. I really hope, the demo was single player, I really hope that they bring a multiplayer into this game. Obviously you have to compare it to Walkabout Mini Golf, because obviously they've set the bar for golf games in VR. But Golf on the Moon, they could do the same thing, man. I'm already thinking you could have golf on Mars, golf on Saturn, golf on Neptune. I think it would be so good. I mean, I had such a blast, and I was just playing it single player. I was cracking up with the bizarre things that were going on with my balls, I'll tell you. But yeah, look, I'm really looking forward to this one. My excitement rating for this is an 8. So next up we have increment. So in this game you find yourself pressing buttons, pulling levers, doing all sorts of strange things to increase numbers basically. The game is very colourful, it's very reactive. I don't know, I found it a bit boring, if I'm being honest. You literally just, there'll be a total number and you have to do certain things at a certain amount of times. I don't really get the point of the game, if I'm being honest. I mean, it's a great introduction to VR, so if you're very new to VR, if you get motion sickness quite easily, then this is a great game to play. Like I said, visually, graphically, it looks nice. It's nice and colourful, but I just found it very repetitive, and you just increase the numbers up. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know, but I didn't really enjoy the game, unfortunately. My excitement rating for this game is a 4. Okay, next up we have No More Rainbows. Now those that got the Quest, you may have already actually played this on the Quest. It's been out on the Quest for quite a while. I believe they just literally brought multiplayer to the game as well. But obviously it's come to Steam. I wanted to give it a try and just see how they compare. Visually they look pretty on par, if I'm being honest. If you don't know nothing about the games, you basically play the beast. You move around, kind of gorilla tag style, that kind of movement. And you've got these egg people that are disgustingly cute and happy all the time. And what's the best thing you can do? Kill them. Oh yes, you can pop them, you can throw them in lava, but that's what you've got to do. You've got to kill them to get to the next level, to kill the end boss. It's just a classic platform game. It's a lot of fun, and yeah, I'm glad it's coming to Steam. My excitement rating is a 7. So next up we have the Ornament Express, where you've been hired to recover your client's belongings from a thief and his train of stolen artifacts. But basically you go along the train into all the carts, solving the puzzles and retrieving these artifacts. Now I do like the cartoon style graphics. I found that very pleasing on the eye. Pretty much everything in the room you can interact with. You can smoke a pipe, you can wear the hats, you can pretty much interact. You can put a record on while you play, to have some music in the background while you're solving the puzzles. There's a lot of interaction within the game. I did find the puzzles to be easy, if I'm being honest. Pretty much the demo took me about 5 minutes to do, so I would hope the rest of the game isn't as easy as this part, but look, I think it's a good game. That's a good game for beginners of VR, so yeah, looking forward to it coming out. My excitement rating is a 6. So next up we have the Aquatic Messenger. Well, I think this game you're exploring microscopic messages of time inspired by microplantology and plankton research. I mean, what if there were creatures on Earth that were relatively unknown, yet responsible for the fresh water of the planet? So it gives you loads of information, which is brilliant. Knowledge is power, as they say. But unfortunately, I did encounter a bug in the game, which meant I couldn't really get too far into the demo. And also, I really didn't like how you kind of moved around in the game. Like you're in this cool little, little dome underwater, and you kind of have to, I wish it was like a little submarine where you can move a little submarine round and see the fishes and the plankton and all that kind of stuff, instead of having to like teleport around the ocean, which really totally ruined the immersion for me. Now I'll be honest, this game's not my type of thing. I did find myself getting a little bit bored, so yeah, unfortunately my excitement rating for this game is a 2. Up next we have the events at Unity Farm. Now this is like a dark fantasy open world VR, where you're this young girl and you have these ancestral powers. But basically you join the game where you and your family, you've just proper messed the world up. You've opened up a portal, you've let every demon and his son come through, and they're destroying the earth. So your grandma, she opens up this time traveling portal. You walk through it, and yeah, you're then in the past, and you need to kind of recreate things. Make sure that your present selves don't mess up and open up this demon portal. It's a good game, if I'm being honest. Visually, it looks very, very nice. The story's nice. It's not scary, even though it maybe looks scary from the trailer. But yeah, you got there's no kind of jump scares. The zombies come out of you. You see them from a distance, so they come towards you. They don't really creep up on you. I mean, the cornfields is a little bit like, ooh. But you know what? Again, I played this demo all the way through, and I really enjoyed it. But you have some cool gadgets to help you get through the game. You have a magnifying glass. You have, like, say, these ancestral powers, which lets you shoot like fire bolts from your hands. But overall, it's a nice game. Nothing, I think, for the hardcore VR gamers. They might think it's a little bit simple, but I think it's a decent game. I'm very much looking forward to it. My excitement rating for this game is a 7. Next up, we have vetvr. You're basically a brand new veterinarian, and you're tasked with the responsibility of saving animals' lives while building your clinic's reputation. Play through real life veterinary training, unlock rewards, and treat emergencies, heal wounds, diagnose illnesses. There's loads of stuff to do here. Now, this is actually, if you're ever thinking of becoming a vet, or if you just like animals, like healing them, all that kind of stuff, then it's a good little game, to be honest. I did enjoy plucking the porcupine's prickles out of the dog's face. That was a lot of fun. I was meant to sedate him first, so he wouldn't feel any pain, but I didn't know how to do that, so just pulled him out. But it's not bad. But again, like I said, it's a very niche game. It's just not for me. But I'm going to give this a Clickster excitement rating of 4. Oh, peeps. Next up, we have vreken. I think that's how you pronounce it. I may be wrong. But this is a physics-based kind of beat-em-up, really. Now, I found the locomotion, like how you get around in the game, absolutely, it drove me bonkers. They really need to sort it out, how you move about in the game, because as it is at the moment, it's not very good. Having said that, my word, did I have a bloody amazing time in this game, especially in Matrix mode, where they'll come up with you all slow motion, and you could do what you want to them, peeps. You can slap them about, you can throw them around. I had so much fun playing this game. I would love to have more like interactive objects about, maybe like dustbins that you can cram them in, baseball bats that you could literally home run them, literally out of the park. Yeah, this game has so much potential. Clickster excitement rating is an 8. Next up, we have vrnoid, and it's basically a bricks blaster game mixed with air hockey in virtual reality. You've got like a striker that you swing around to hit the balls, to hit the bricks, to collect the power-ups. You can dodge bullets. It's actually really good. It reminds me of an old Atari game called Super Breakout that I used to love playing as well. My only concern in this game is like longevity, like replay value. I did have fun playing it, but I could see myself playing it solid for a few days and then never going back to it again. It's a decent sized demo. There's a lot to do, and yeah, I highly recommend checking it out. Clickster's excitement rating is a 6.